In this video, I'm breaking down a $5,800 deal where the prospect literally said at the end of the call that she wasn't planning on buying today. Here's the thing, most closers think they need to be pushy, use some manipulative tactics, be aggressive to be able to close high-ticket deals. But what you're about to see is the complete opposite. This call closed because it felt more like a coaching session and not a sales pitch. I'm going to show you how I position myself as an authority figure from minute one, how I slice through objections as they get thrown at me, and why this counterintuitive approach to sales is the fastest way to get someone to give you money. By the end of this video, you'll see why the best closers sound nothing like salespeople.
That's all I You're good. Okay, sweet. Nice to connect. We'll jump into our call. Did you get a chance to watch the videos that I sent you?
I did.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll jump into it. Typically, how I do these calls to get started, all I'm going to do is keep it nice and chill. Just gonna ask you a few questions, get to know you a little bit better. Really just try and understand where you are, what your goals are, what you're looking to do. See if we can even help you.
Okay, cool.
Cool. My only objective today is just to help you make a decision. Okay, so do the program or not. Either way is totally fine. It's just that we help thousands of people build this sort of business. So I can give you all the context you need. So towards the end of the call, you just let me know whether it makes sense for you or not.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So,
Cool. So if you look at my intro and agenda, it's super simple. I break the ice. I make her feel comfortable. I ask her like super small talk questions that are take like 10 seconds, but just diffuses the tension, breaks the ice, and then I instantly lay out a strong agenda of exactly who I am, why I'm going to be asking her questions throughout the call, and getting a micro commitment from her that at the end of the call, she's going to make a decision. And this is really, really handy when we do objection handling at the end if it comes to it. Because we're getting the prospect to agree at the start that by the end of this call, regardless of whatever you want to do, you'll figure out what you want to do, right? Or make a decision or figure out what you want your next steps to be. And at the end of the call, we can always use that as ammo to give justification on why we're objection handling. So it's pretty handy.
I guess the best place to get started would be like, why don't you give me a little background on yourself? What made you want to book a call? Speak with us today.
So right now I'm a dancer. I've been dancing for 5 years. I live in San Diego. I work an hour and a half away. But I have a kid. I have a 6-year-old, and I'm trying to get out of the industry. If that makes sense. Like the money's very good, but I'm just over it. And I was thinking about doing like Amazon dropshipping at first. That was like something I was going to try to get into because I knew the money was going to be probably not as good as it is as a dancer, but it was consistent enough for me to leave and not be stressed out. And then I've been on Instagram. I don't know if like my browser like tells Instagram stuff, but I started getting like all these random advertisements from different people that have like this e-commerce stuff going on. I'm just like, what? It's been like back to back. I mean, I've seen so many people doing it. I'm just kind of like, so it was kind of intriguing. I'm like, seems kind of good. I don't know. Seems like you can get a lot out of it. And my ultimate goal is to have a couple laundromats and possibly get into the vending machine business. I stay in a high rise. So I've been trying to get my high rise and like the other 30 down here to let me put vending machines in them, like 2 per high rise. I thought about doing that. But I kind of want to do that when I feel like my money is more flexible because that's a risk in trial error. And I don't want to mess off that kind of money at the moment, but that's like my long-term goal. So
Gotcha. I guess right now would be more to find something that's more proven, right?
Yeah, something that I feel like is more consistent and more not as a liability.
That makes sense. By the way, I don't know if you know this, Amazon is like your second rule ever. You can't drop ship on Amazon.
Okay, cool. So just off her answering the first question of what made her book a call and speak with us, we know a few things. And here's how my brain processes all the ammo that I get during a sales conversation. So very first thing, her situation, she's currently a dancer with a kid, but she doesn't really want to be dancing. Cool, that's one part of it. Another part of it is she's been having ideas of what she could do outside of dancing, like Amazon, like her vending machine, like doing other things. But she hasn't been able to really make anything happen yet because she hasn't had the right plan. She hasn't had the right belief that that's something that could be consistent, something that could actually work. There's just a low belief level and execution level on her goals, but she has enough pain, or sounds like she has enough pain in her current situation where she wants to make this work. Okay, just briefly from what she told me, that is what I'm able to understand. Now, because of my experience in e-commerce, I'm right away able to tell that she is not fully educated and she's not fully understanding what Amazon actually is. Because in Amazon, you can't drop ship. So instantly what I want to do is drop some game on her and show her that I'm actually someone who's knowledgeable in the industry and someone who deserves authority on this call. Someone who's going to take control on the call and teach her and lead her to the right path. Okay? And I like to do that a lot by teaching people things on sales calls. Even something as basic as learning the second rule on Amazon ever, which is you can't do drop shipping. It makes her believe me more because if she looks it up after the call, if she looks it up right now, it's actually a rule where she can't drop ship on Amazon. And she learned that through me, someone who has experience, someone who is a coach, someone who is an authority figure on this call for her. So always teach your prospect things. Make them follow your lead. Make them look at you like a teacher, someone who they look up to. And that can really help you take on that leadership position and help them guide them to making the right decision. So it's a small thing, teaching them something, but I believe that has huge implications throughout the call and throughout your entire sales career when you approach sales calls from a mentor perspective. Okay, but let's continue.
Yeah, it's like if you read their terms of service, like the second rule they have, drop shipping is not allowed on Amazon. So I don't know what you're researching, but if anyone's ever telling you to drop ship on Amazon, run far away from them.
Really?
You're not allowed to.
Okay.
So I just saved you some money right there. You're welcome.
Man, that's crazy.
Okay, I guess just to touch a little bit more about your situation right now. Like, how long would you say you've been working in the industry for?
I always like to crack jokes during my calls and keep things very low tension and diffuse that energy that is typically on sales calls, right? This is probably not her first sales call ever. She's probably been on hundreds of sales calls in her life before, maybe even some for programs and high ticket coaching programs. So the last thing that I wanted to feel like for her is a sales call. I wanted to feel like a coaching call, a call where we get to know a lot more about her, diagnose her problems, what the solution would look like for her, what she's looking for, and make it an obvious yes. That is the mindset you should be approaching all your calls with.
And more importantly, like why now are you looking to make a change?
I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm just over it. Like the job entails a lot, and I'm getting older, and I'm over it. I'm tired of nightlife. I'm tired of driving to and from. I'm tired of spending my weekends there. I'm tired of it. I'm over it.
How long would you say you've been tired for?
I think this year.
So even just the way she's saying it, you can clearly tell she's genuinely tired of this. Like she's genuinely in pain where she's decided, or it sounds like to me she's made some sort of mental commitment that she's done with it now and she has to look forward to the next thing. And whatever that next thing is, she has to figure that out, but she's done with this part of her life, which is why I'm asking like how long she feels like she's been done with it.
Over it. My goal is to get out of the club before January 2025. That's like my personal goal I set of myself. So whatever it is I do, that's my plan. Like I'm done.
Sure. Okay, so you kind of made that decision within yourself that hey, like I'm done by January.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I'm done.
And you know what it is? Like you're giving yourself a good enough timeline to actually build something up as well. It's not like you're saying, hey, I need something to make me money yesterday or else I'm done, right? Like you're giving yourself a solid September, October, November, December. It's a solid 4 months to really build something massive, right? Like it's a quarter of the year, right? Or third of the year right there, right? Especially in October, November, December. I'm not sure if you know this. Those are the 3 biggest months in e-commerce, right? Yeah, people are shopping the most. People have the most money. People are getting bonuses.
A key concept in sales that I always like to emphasize and use a lot is rewarding good behaviors and not rewarding bad behaviors and really punishing bad behaviors. So the good behavior for her that I see is that she's made a mental commitment that she wants to make a change. She's made a mental commitment that she has a timeline of when she wants to be fully out of the industry. That is very, very good things. That's things that a lot of people don't actually do. Most prospects that are unserious about making the change will not go through that mental commitment of, oh, I'm done. This is what I want to leave. This is what I want to start something. This is my plan. Most prospects haven't gone through that. So if I run into a prospect, if I encounter a prospect that is super serious, that really does want to make a change, I want to reward that behavior by framing the opportunity the right way to her, which makes her lean into it even more. So for her, she's like, hey, I want to be out of the club in the next 4 months. Amazing. Here's why the next 4 months are actually the best time of the year. That's pretty much what I'm doing right here. So this could be in Q4. This could be summer, Christmas. This could be autumn. This could be spring. It really doesn't fucking matter what time of the year it is. You just want to frame it that right now is the best time. Whatever good behavior you want to promote, you want to frame it like, I'm so glad you believe that, or I'm so glad you see it that way, because right now is actually the best time to see it that way. And they justify why as well.
Work, people are buying other gifts. October, November, December are the 3 biggest months in e-commerce period, right? So if you're ever going to start a business,
which is factually true, by the way,
it's probably the best time to do it because then it gives you enough time in August, September to actually build something. So October, November, December, you can take advantage. Right?
Oh, that's cool.
I'm glad you had a good time. For you, as you said, your goal was to kind of fully replace the dancing with the running your own business, right? So for that to be a reality, like how much would you really have to be earning for that to happen? Whatever.
I feel like it's not a lot, but I mean, everybody has their own goal. Like me, to be comfortable, I can live off of 16 grand a month and be comfortable. But like ideally though, like for me to transition completely out of the club, I would like to make at the very least $20,000 a month at the very least.
Okay, cool. So her goal is to make $20,000 a month, which is a really, really doable goal in any business model ever. But you want to be very real with people. She's been a dancer for 5 years and now she's finally making 16 grand a month. She wasn't making 16 grand a month her first month being a dancer. It's impossible, right? So you want to frame it to her like, look, this is definitely doable, but just know it takes work. And when you let people know, it's so fucking crazy to me. When you let people know that it takes work and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, they want to do it more. They believe you more, right? So in marketing, you want to make the opportunity seem as easy and as normal as possible. In sales, when you're selling someone one-on-one, there's a lot more trust that needs to be developed. And the way people trust you is by keeping it real with them. By not only you being real, which is the most important part, but you telling them what's real as well. If I tell this girl right now, like, look, if you buy this program, you can make 20 grand a month in the next 25 days, she's not going to believe me, right? So look at how I frame it to her.
Which I feel like is still ideal because like I said, I'm in the industry where I make a decent amount of money, so it's not like impossible. But at the same time, like I get it, everything has like time and you gotta put in the work. So yeah.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's the exact thing I was gonna say. Like, is that possible to do? For sure, right? There's stores doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, right? So $20,000 a month is definitely possible. Does it take a lot of time to build up to it and actually, you getting better as an entrepreneur, you learning valuable skills, you actually becoming someone who's good at business? For sure, right? It takes hard work to do it. But But if you're willing to do that,
And I'm selling her this identity transformation as well. Like, not only is she learning how to do an e-commerce business model, she's becoming someone worthy enough to do an e-commerce business model, to make money online, to make a lot of money online consistently. She's becoming that person, not just learning the skills. It's very, very important that when you sell high ticket at all, you're selling the transformation of the identity. You're selling the full transformation of where her life is to where it's going to be, and not just a business model and a course and a coaching group. That's not what people want to buy. They want to buy a transformation. She becomes a different person after doing this. And that's what you really, really, really want to hammer on these calls.
then you never have to go dancing again. Then you can just work on it and keep it growing forever. Because I'm sure, even though you are getting compensated well for what you're doing, there's like a limit. Right? You're probably not going to earn like $7 million a year doing it, right? Business, there's no limit, right? You just have to get better, learn more skills, invest in yourself more, put yourself around the right people. That's how you keep growing, right? So I guess for you, like, are you willing to kind of go through that path of delayed gratification where, hey, I'm going to put work in today, probably won't get paid today, I'll put work in tomorrow, day after, to eventually second month, 60 days in, 40 days in, finally start getting paid? Like, is that something that you're willing to do?
I mean, I told myself whatever I do, I'm going to probably still have to dance regardless a couple of days out.
Perfect. And this way you can set realistic expectations in your coaching program as well. Like, the reason why a lot of coaching programs don't do well is because all their prospects are coming in thinking that they're going to make money in 2 weeks, or thinking that they're going to make money in the first 5 days. Selling any business model, you understand, I understand, that it takes time for a business to be built. It takes time for you to learn a skill. At the very least, you want your prospects to have a 30-day window of like, hey, give this a good month of relentless execution and then come back to me and let me know whether you make some money or not. So I always like to keep it real with the prospects, set some good expectations, and let them know, like, look, this is not going to happen like in one day, but if you stay consistent with it, it's almost impossible for it not to happen. And when you give them that perspective, they believe you more, they want to do the work, and they're excited for it because it seems real, and it is real.
Because I'm going to need to make something, so I've already like kind of told myself that's what it is. Like, I can just completely not work. That's not possible.
100%. That's kind of what I was going to advise as well. Like, we are going to kind of start a new business. I would say keep getting the cash flow from your current job, because number one, it makes you less desperate for the business. And when you're less desperate for the business, you can make better decisions, right? Because if you need money today, you're going to take a shortcut. The shortcut's not always the best path, right? So yeah, that's awesome. So you can work a couple days. You can actually still work full time if you like, because what we require from you is about 10 to 15 hours a week.
Yeah, it's not, which is not that much.
It's not that much, but the reason for that, which sometimes people hear that like that's not a lot to build a business. The reason for that is because we have like a plan, right? It's not like we're just throwing you in here telling you best of luck. Like, we have a strategic plan that we walk you through over the next 6 months.
Now, the reason why I'm emphasizing that there's a plan, there's a strategy, and it's not that she's doing it alone, because I could tell just from her first couple of answers that she wants to do something big, but she just doesn't know what to do. And she doesn't know what she's doing is the right thing. She doesn't want to take too much risk. Like, she just wants a path to follow where she's like, hey, if I just do this work, can it just work out for me? Like, that's really what she wants from what I've heard. So that's what I'm laying out for her. I'm like, hey, look, like, this is a proven plan. It's going to work. You just have to do it. Put in 10, 15 hours a week, follow this plan, and if you do it, it will work. That's it. So when I'm showing her that, that's what she wants.
It's a reality. Now, obviously, if you can put in more time, amazing. If you put in less time, okay as well. Ideally, 10 to 15 hours a week, more is better, but 10 to 15 hours a week is plenty enough to get this business going within a couple of months, okay? Could be faster, could be slower, depending on what you're doing in those couple hours a day, okay? So, was that something that you realistically have currently, 10 to 15 hours a week?
For sure.
Okay, gotcha. So you have the time, you're looking to make a change. I guess
So right now I'm able to like kill some limiting beliefs that she might have. She might be like, oh, I'm dancing too much at the club, I won't have time to do this. I'm making sure, hey, do you have 10, 15 hours a week to actually commit to building this business? Okay, cool. So the time objection shouldn't ever come up at the end. Cool, you have the time to do it. Do you feel like you're in a position in your life where you're ready to make a change, you're ready to be serious about this and actually hit your timeline of leaving the club in 9 months? Oh, I am. Okay, cool. So timing and seriousness shouldn't come in, or timing and commitment shouldn't come in. Just stuff like that throughout the call where I can kill some objections, I can gain some commitments from the prospect to make sure she's actually going to show up and do work.
For from us to make you comfortable.
So this is a really good question as well. Especially, I like to ask this especially for people who've been on a bunch of coaching calls before or been talking to a bunch of programs before. And it really kind of lets you poke at their fear and really gauge honestly what they need from you to be able to be like, okay, here's my money.
Comfortable and be able to make this change.
Here, let me rewind back a bit.
Over the next 6 months to make this a reality. Now, obviously, if you can put in more time, amazing. If you put in less time, okay as well. Ideally, 10 to 15 hours a week, more is better, but 10 to 15 hours a week is plenty enough to get this business going within a couple of months, okay? Could be faster, could be slower, depending on what you're doing in those couple hours a day, okay? So, was that something that you realistically have currently, 10 to 15 hours a week?
For sure.
Okay, gotcha. So you have the time, you're looking to make a change. I guess, what are you looking for from us to make you comfortable and be able to make this change?
I don't know, because I watched the that you sent me.
So this is a really good question, because you're not saying like what would you need for to say yes to giving us money. You're saying what would make you feel comfortable enough to work with us to actually help you make this change. So this is a really good way for me to extract like what she wants from a program. Like, is she going to emphasize that she wants coaching? Is she going to emphasize that she wants accountability? Is she going to emphasize that she wants a step-by-step proven plan? It just lets me figure out how I should pitch her. That's why I really like this question. And sometimes it also brings out objections that she might have, which we're going to hear right here.
Because like I guess like obviously like I feel like I don't want to use the word weird, but like all this is from social media, so it's like obviously I don't know you, I don't know where you are, you don't know me, like so it's always that risk factor of kind of being like, is this a scam? Not that I think it is because I watched that whole link. So I don't really know. I feel like.
And the link that she's talking about is a pre-call sales asset that I built that I sent to her before the call. So if you're a closer or if you're an offer owner, this is really, really good game for you to watch. Make sure that you have a pre-call or multiple pre-call sales assets where before the prospect even jumps on the call, they get to consume all that information so they're much more familiar with you. Especially with a prospect like this that's coming from a cold traffic lead, literally watched a VSL and then booked a call. To get her intent and to get her belief level up, we have to educate her so much. So I built a lot of pre-call sales assets to nurture and sell a lead like this before they even jump on a call with me. Everything from frequently asked questions to common objections, common misconceptions, talking about the actual business model, what typically people get from this business model, what type of work ethic it takes to see success in the business model, or you can take the business model, so many different things that people are curious about and that people want to learn about before they actually start a program. And you want to hammer all of that before they actually want to jump on a call with you. And that's like a very, very pivotal part of having a good sales process, is having the right pre-call sales assets that can help you make the leads nurtured and not just ice cold. Because you can see even after she's been nurtured and watched my pre-call and does all this stuff, she still has objections and she still has uncertainty in certain aspects of this entire decision-making process. So this is really what we want to attack right now.
I feel like it would be something in my best interest to try to consider. Obviously, I don't know how much money I would need to put initially. That obviously has a factor in it too, depending on what I want to do. But I don't really have necessarily like any wants. Like I watched a lot of his stuff on his page, and I seem like he's very, very informative. And he knows what he's talking about. I actually followed somebody else that was in the same industry that followed him. He didn't follow them back though. So that kind of made me like, okay, so maybe he is like a big deal because this guy follows him. He's in the same line of work as him.
Which goes to show as well, if you're an info offer owner and you're not posting content, this lead came from cold traffic, but then she ended up watching a lot of the offer owner's content. So if you're an offer owner and you're not building content or you're not creating content for whatever reason, you're losing out on money because your leads, they don't trust you from cold traffic. They're going to look you up organically. And if there's nothing for them to find there, if there's nothing for them to watch there, you're not going to gain their trust. So pump out a lot of content.
Are you on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor, open up YouTube and on new tab right now. And just go on YouTube and search up high ticket e-commerce. High space ticket space e-commerce.
So this is a really cool trick I did because I was selling for the biggest high ticket e-commerce, or I believe he still is the biggest high ticket e-commerce coaching program in the world. And it was a really cool SEO trick because when you searched up high ticket e-commerce, his channel will be the first one that popped up, and it kind of just raised the belief level in the prospect size. So if you sell for a really, really big offer in the sales space, e-commerce space, trading space, whatever space you sell it, if your offer owner is one of the biggest in the space, use that to your advantage. Show people like, hey, look, you can literally search up the name of the business model, and the first person that comes up is my coach, right? So it kind of helps you, kind of gives you leverage on a sale. It gives you a lot of leverage on a sales call to be like, hey, you're literally learning from the Michael Jordan of the industry.
We're gonna be like the first people that pop up outside of the ad.
I don't know why it's delaying. Now I like froze. Why?
Gotta enjoy this awkwardness, always.
Yeah, he does pop up.
Right, so we have 82,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We've been making videos about high ticket e-commerce specifically for 2.5 years. Right, so we've been running this industry for a very long time, and I show you that for that exact fact, right? Like we're not a new company that's popped up, and I know you might be new to us. But we've been around for a while, right? That's why we have so many case studies to show you as well. So the reason I was really asking that question is just because I can understand from your perspective what you might be thinking, right? I can give you all the proof. I can show you the entire process. I can explain the business to you. I can even show you what the entire program looks like. At a certain level, Anna, and that's how I'm saying it, correct?
Yeah.
At a certain level, for you, it is just going to be a leap of faith, right? You have all this proof and everything. It's just at a certain level, you're just going to have to be like, you know what? I'm going to try, even though I don't know 100% of it, even though I'm going to feel stupid for a while, even though this is all new to me. The only way it's not going to be new to me is by me trying.
Right.
Right. So after seeing all the proof that I'm going to show you, which of course I'm going to show you as well, like, do you feel like you're at a point where you could take that leap of faith and just?
I'm at 75% out of 100, and I feel like that's good. And I think watching that link you sent me helped a lot because I was kind of like, this might be a scam.
Sure, 100% makes sense, right? What do you feel like the remaining 25% is? It just like you're just unsure about what we do and how we help? Is that kind of what it is?
Exactly.
No worries at all. So as long as you have the time to do it, you're willing to step outside your comfort zone to make it happen, and you feel like you finally want to make a change, like out it from your life, I think what we have here makes a lot of sense here, especially with the motivation you have with your kid as well. Like I'm sure that's a big motivating factor for you to go out and really, do something big, right? 100%. So here's what I'd love to do. I'd love to, first of all, re-explain the...
So I got the commitment from her that, look, she does have the time to do it. She genuinely wants to make a change right now in her life. She's about 75% there. The only 25% remaining is that she just doesn't know exactly how we can help her, but she's about 75% of the way of, hey, I do want to make a change. That's good enough for me to actually pitch her, because she said, like, the only thing left is, like, what do you guys actually do, which is good enough for me to pitch her. So I want to get the commitment of, hey, she has the time to do it. She's willing to make a change in her life right now. And most importantly, she's willing to step outside of her comfort zone. Again, I'm selling her the transformation and the identity of someone who is going to make $20,000 a month online with their own business. But for that to happen, she has to be able to step outside of her comfort zone. She has to become that type of person that is willing to make those steps. So yeah, if I just frame it to her like that and say, look, your dream life is right there, but the type of person that gets this dream life is this type of person who's willing to step outside of their comfort zone. So what do you want to do? It makes it very obvious for her to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone too, because that's the life that I want.
To make sure we're on the same page with exactly what the business is. Then I'd love to break down exactly how we come in and help you build the entire business. Then I'm going to show you what the entire program looks like.
Okay.
So what you even get after paying us.
Okay.
We can talk about the finances, and then you can just let me know whether you want to do it or not. Is that
Okay,
fair?
cool, fair.
So let's talk about what...
So essentially right now I'm going to go over explaining exactly what the business model is of high ticket dropshipping to her. Then I break down step by step exactly what my process and my program's process is in helping her get her results. Then I show her inside of the program exactly what it looks like, the case studies, the course materials, the coaches asking questions with students, students asking questions with coaches, students talking to other students, live calls. If your program has these things, use them on your sales calls to show the prospects proof. Like, look, there's something behind you paying us, right? If you can leverage this, if you have a program where you guys have anything to show, you should show it on sales calls, because it makes the prospect believe you a lot more. Instead of just hearing you talk about it, they can see it in front of their eyes as well, which is super, super helpful. So yeah, essentially what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to explain the business model to her, show her exactly the steps of the program, then break down exactly how we're going to help her do it, show her the case studies, and then drop the price. So I'm going to skip to a price drop right now.
Business. That is what we do. That's the kind of results we've shown you. We believe in this process so much, Canada. We put our money where our mouth is. We do what most programs are not willing to do. Okay. We have a 2-month money back guarantee within the program. So if you try the program and for whatever reason you're not happy with it, we will give you a full refund. Okay.
Now this might sound super scary for a lot of offers. Like, how can you just give that sort of guarantee? Here's where the magic actually starts. This is a conditional guarantee. And if you don't have a conditional guarantee in your offer, you should put one ASAP. And if you don't know what to put in your conditional guarantee, literally just DM me on IG and I'll tell you exactly what to put as your conditional guarantee for your own offer. But this is so powerful for 2 things. Number one, it makes your sales reps believe in the product a lot more, so they're willing to push a lot more, fight objections a lot more, fight to get you money a lot more, because they believe that they're selling a better product because there's a guarantee behind it. That's number one. You're going to sell way more because there's a guarantee behind it, just from your sales reps as well. But now on your prospects end, this helps them solve the most important fear in their brain, or one of the most important fear in their brain, which is, what if I do the work and then the program doesn't work? Now, if you sell info, you already know there's certain things that people can do. If they do it, it's impossible for them not to see some results, right? So what you want to do is you want to get your program and distill it down to the main things that people can do in the first 60 days, 45 days, or 90 days, where if they do this, and if then they do this, it becomes impossible for them to see failure. Okay, so you want to basically find in the first 30, 45, or 90 days, what actions can your customers take where if they do it, it becomes impossible for them to see results. Whether that's doing X number of outreach, whether that's sending X number of cold emails, whether that's doing X number of cold calls, whatever it may be that you need your students to do to make it impossible for them to see failure or experience failure, put that as your conditional guarantee. Because then when you onboard people into the program and you sell them into the program, you can make a conditional guarantee that is so badass where if you do the work and you're not happy with us, we give you a full refund, which kills the objection the prospect's brain of, what if I do the work and then it doesn't work out? Because you're literally saying, hey, if you do this and then it doesn't work out in this timeline, I will give you a full refund, right? Which makes it a lot more certain in the prospect's brain. It gives them a lot more certainty that all I have to do is the inputs, and then I'm basically guaranteed to see progress or get a refund. And it gives a lot of certainty to your sales reps because it shows them, hey, I'm selling a program that can actually help people get results. If you combine these two things, your sales reps will sell a lot more, your prospects will want to buy a lot more, you are going to make a lot more money. And you're not going to see an increase in refunds because you're giving out explicit conditional guarantees of what exactly they need to do to be able to be eligible for this guarantee. That's it. If you just lay it out and then let's say there's a refund request that comes, you can look at it objectively like, hey, did you do XYZ tasks in ABC timeline? Oh, you did, and then you don't see results in a rare instance, cool, here's a refund. But if you get a refund request and you're supposed to do XYZ in ABC timeline and you didn't, guess what? You're not eligible for the refund. That is the agreement on the original call, right? So it allows you to get less refunds, allows your sales reps to sell more, allows your prospects to buy more, all by adding a conditional guarantee. So if you don't have a conditional guarantee in your offer, add it.
What you have to do to be eligible for this refund is the bare minimum. Get one supplier to work with you and spend at least $100 on ads. You don't even have to make any sales. Just do these two things so we know you at least tried the program. As long as you do these two things and you're not happy with us within 60 days, we will give you a full refund back to you, no questions. Okay?
Okay.
Or we can back it up. We really believe in it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we do. Any questions about anything I said so far?
No.
Okay, awesome. Is this something you'd like to be a part of?
It seems like it is, actually.
Okay, I love it. So to get started with my team and
I always like to ask that microcommitment as well. Is this something you like to be a part of? Is this something you like to get started with? And anything besides yes or a hell yeah or yeah, seems like it, I always want to push back on about, okay, what's behind that? Or what makes you say sort of? Or what makes you say maybe? Or I'm curious, you didn't sound too certain about that, right? Just brief things like that where you can sort of pick up on how they're saying and not exactly what they're saying. It can help you pull out a lot more objections before you drop the price. But here I'm about to pivot to the price drop.
access to everything I mentioned for the entire 6 months with the money back guarantee, all the help, everything I mentioned. It's a one-time investment of $5,800 US. Plus, we do a 4% revenue share for 6 months, and then it drops down to 1% after 6 months. So that's like a direct incentive in your business success. More money we help you make, more money we make as well. So, you know, we're actually looking.
So that was just my offer deliverables and offer requirements. I know most info offers don't take revenue shares, so it kind of makes it an easier yes to get. But for me, I always just use whatever I have as an incentive of why it's in their best interest. So I had to take a revenue share from all the clients. So I played it back like, look, it's in your best incentive for you to give me a revenue share, because it means the more money we help you make, more money we make. If I didn't have a revenue share, then I would emphasize, look, and we don't take any percentage of your business. So all the money we help you make, you will get to keep 100% of. Right? So all the hard work that you put in, you get to keep 100%. There's no one taking any overrides on you. Versus for us, we do. So I'm emphasizing why that's good for her. Most important part in sales, guys, and I hope you guys can see this recurring theme, is I'm framing whatever my situation is to be the perfect one for this prospect. That's it. As long as, no matter what product you're selling, no matter what service you're selling, no matter what market you're selling, if you can just frame it as the right solution for your prospect, you're going to sell it. Right? So it's all about the framing. It's all about the framing.
If you want your money, it's not like we just want you for coaching. Right?
That makes sense. How do you guys receive the payment?
Credit card, debit card, whatever works best for you.
Okay. I don't have $5,800 in my account, but I do have $5,800. So how would that work? So would I be dealing with you directly? So I would have to go to the bank.
Sure.
And then I'm just trying to, so I'm assuming you would have to call me back and we would do it like, okay.
Financial stuff we can arrange, no worries.
Okay.
Something you actually want to do though?
So again, for me right now, she sounds very, very sold. I just need to get the dollars over the line, right? So very first thing I do, any objection I ever get, I say, totally fine, no problem at all. Always, whenever it comes to objection handling, always agree first and neutralize. Just neutralize, but I totally get it. No worries at all. I totally understand. I would want to do the same thing. Look, I get it. Whatever variation of that you want to take, just take it and use it and just say, totally get it, no worries at all. Okay, so right now she's like, okay, it seems like I'm gonna do it. I have the money, but like I don't have it right now. That's the objection in the air right now, right? The reason why I don't have her credit card number right now is because she's saying, look, I want to do it. I have the $5,800. I don't have it in my account right now. So how do we still extract the cash? That's my thought process right now. So very first thing, neutralize. No worries at all.
I think that is something I want to do. I'm going to talk about it with my boyfriend, but I'm 100%.
So look at this.
So how would that work? So would I be dealing with you directly? So I would have to go to the bank.
Sure.
And then I'm just trying to, so I'm assuming you would have to call me back and we would do it like, okay.
Financial stuff we can arrange, no worries.
Okay.
Something you actually want to do though?
Okay, very first thing I say, no worries at all. Finance is something we can arrange. Money, easy peasy, no fucking problem. Easy, no work, okay? It's easy. We'll take care of that. Is this something you actually want to do? Tied back to her, right? Forget about the money, forget about the commission. It's very, very easy when you're at this part of the call. Think about your commission, think about your money, think about yourself. You, very needy, very selfish. You want the opposite energy, okay? You want to be like, no worries at all. Fuck my commission. I don't want that shit anyways. I do. But you know what? Fuck that commission. I don't want it anyways. Cool. What about you? Do you feel like this is something that can actually help you make money? This is something you feel like that could actually serve you? Do you feel like this is something that's actually going to help you? All right? Flip it back on her. Let's see what she says.
It is something I want to do. I'm going to talk about it with my boyfriend, but I'm
Boom! So another objection just dropped. First is like, I have the $5,800, but I don't have it on me right now. And the second one is I want to talk to my boyfriend as well. Okay, cool. Let's talk about both of these.
I'm 100% sure.
So she's 100% sure, but she wants to run it by with her boyfriend as well. Why? Number one, it's my question in my brain. And also, is it important enough where she can kind of skip it over? Another question in my brain.
Do good or what? That's just what it is.
Sure. Okay. And is your boyfriend gonna be involved in running the business as well?
I would say yes and no. I kind of want it to be a me thing, but I know he's gonna be like, I don't want to say no.
Okay. So now we're getting somewhere, right? So now the reason I asked this question is because if that dude is gonna fund the business and he's gonna be running it, like there's not much I can do right here, right? If he's gonna fund it and run the business, like I kind of need him to be on this call so I can sell him as well, because it seems like we're gonna use his money or his time to do this. But as soon as she tells me no, he's not gonna be the one to do it, I'm gonna be the one to do it. I can have her take a lot more accountability for her decisions.
But I know he's gonna obviously, he's gonna be like, oh, like what are you doing? But really, I want it to be a me thing though.
Got you. So it's primarily going to be your business. Okay.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
when it comes to finances, Kiana, it's very simple. If you don't have the full 5,800 right now, that's totally fair. As long as it's something you want to do, I can still give you access to it. And then we can just clear the rest of the finances after you go to the bank later today, tomorrow. That's totally company. That way you just get started, right? Like you have some momentum building right now where you watched an hour-long video with us, did all this research on us, you jumped on a call with us. I don't want to crush your momentum right now. I'd rather give you the course, so while you're excited, you can start working on it.
Okay.
So for you, like, what would be doable for you currently, just so I can give you access to everything?
I don't know my account.
So again, I ignore the objection. A lot of times you can actually ignore it. She's like, yeah, I need to talk to my boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, yeah, totally cool. No worries. You can definitely talk to your boyfriend. You're primarily going to be the one running the business, right? Okay, cool. If that's the case, why don't we do this? I can help you get started for a lower amount right now, get you full access to everything. Let this momentum keep rolling so you can actually start working on the business right now. And then you can always go to the bank later and clear the finances after. And she's like, okay, let me look down. So in her mind alone, like she wants to talk to her boyfriend about it, but at nowhere does she tell me she needs to talk to her boyfriend about it before she buys it. She just said she wants to talk to her boyfriend. So this is also where you have to be actively listening, right? She didn't tell me I need to talk to my boyfriend before I can buy. She just told me I'm going to talk to my boyfriend about it. And when I clarified, is it going to be you running the business or is it going to be you and him? And she's like, hey, it's just going to be me. That made it even more clear in her mind. Like, okay, like I'm going to make the decision to do it and then I will talk to him about it, right? So this is very, very important that I technically got a partner objection, but I ignored it because in one question I made her realize it's not a real objection for her. She's not actually looking for permission. She's literally just wants to talk to her boyfriend about it, but she will after she buys it, which is normal.
Seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
So right now I'm seeing how much she actually has to invest right now.
Okay, don't laugh. I only have $1,000 in my account right now.
Okay, all good. Do you have decent credit?
I do have credit. Good credit. Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you're selling info in 2026, your offer should have some sort of buy now, pay later, Split It, Payva, Klarna, Affirm, Shop Pay, whatever it may be. Your offer, what else is there? Climb is good. I know Climb is good. I don't know. There's a lot of other buy now, pay later as well. Zip. What else? I feel like I'm missing one more. Afterpay. So as long as your client has some buy now pay later options, as long as your prospects have good credit or would Split It, they have space on their credit card, they can finance it over 6 months and beyond with a little bit interest or possibly no interest. So for her, she had decent credit, so I think I just pushed her down the buy now pay later route instead of leaving the cash collection to another day.
Finance this for you, so we can finance this interest free over the next 6 months for you, where you don't have to pay any money down at all this month.
You can see made her pay $1,100 today, and then
there you go. Welcome to the team.
over the line.
And then I go back to you.
I'm
So figuring it out.
There you go. Welcome to the team. Let's get you rocking and rolling now. Okay, very first thing, I'm gonna get the guarantee sent over to you in writing just so you can sign it and send it back. Then I'll onboard you, I'll give you access to everything, I'll sign your coach.
Okay.
Okay? Cool. So go ahead and open your email for me. The content, your coaching call, just a document. Perfect. So now Rachel's gonna sit down with you on Friday, show you how to use everything as well. So for now, so next Friday, I'll just keep it chill. Okay, you don't have to like freak out.
I'm gonna get a computer.
Yeah, sure. For now, what I recommend is you watching the course. You have Slack phones. Make sure to talk to your coaches on your phone.
Okay.
For now, like I said, keep it chill. Watch a video, watch a couple videos, start taking some action, start writing down some notes, start asking some questions.
Okay.
As you start learning and getting better and continue watching, that's when momentum is really going to pick up.
Okay.
But I wouldn't stress and overthink about, oh my God, I can't do the business in 20 seconds. It's over. It's not. That's why it's a 6-month program. Keep it chill. Work hard. Do the work that's required. It will work. And you have 60 days, I guarantee to back you up. Okay? Cool. All right,
Sounds
Kiana.
good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
100%. Any questions for me?
No, you made it real easy. I think your approach is very normal. Does that make sense? Like you're giving very normal. Like it's not giving like rehearsed scripts, like sales pitch. That's kind of how I do my job. I'm very normal. People appreciate it. So yeah. Otherwise, I wasn't gonna sign up today. I was gonna wait, and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, like it's your demeanor. It's just normal. I'm like, I'm gonna just take a chance.
I appreciate that. Yeah, 100%. And this is gonna work. If you put the work in to make it work, it'll work.
I believe you.
Let's do it. Let's get to
I'm
work.
excited.
You have my personal number as well, so if you need to reach out to me, you have a question in there, feel free to. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you see it now, right? This wasn't about having the perfect script or having some magical closing technique. The reason this call closed was really three main things. First, I positioned myself as a mentor and not a salesperson. I was able to teach my prospect things that they wanted to learn while being able to command the authority of being able to run the sales process the way I want to run. Number two, I sold her the identity transformation. I sold her what her life was going to look like once she's able to step outside of the club, not having to be a dancer anymore, and she can earn $20K a month online while being able to spend more time with her kid. Once you paint that transformation and what this person is looking to become, it becomes much easier of a buy. And third, I was able to kill objections throughout the call, not just at the end. By the time we got to price, there was nothing to handle besides logistics. You see, that is the difference between the closers stuck at $3 to $5 grand a month and the ones that are clearing $20,000 to $30,000 a month on a consistent basis. It's not about being pushy at all. It's about being real. It's about being able to command respect. It's about being able to earn a prospect's trust, and most importantly, being a leader that they believe in enough where you can guide them to a decision that they already want to make. Now, if you're curious about how I got into this industry and made $400,000 before the age of 21 in profit, I've got a full story video linked in the description, which you should watch next. And if you're ready to learn this exact framework and work with me one-on-one to either break into high-ticket sales or break past your current plateaus with a guaranteed client to sell for in the next 30 days, and you get my personal phone number where I work with you one-on-one to help you do this, click the link below to apply to see if we would be a good fit. I hope this video was helpful, and always remember, keep closing deals.